Thank you, ma'am, for taking care of me. Now I have to go find Diem. She is the one I love.
I just don't know what to do anymore.
It's gonna be okay. We'll figure this out. Thank you so much, ma'am. I must go now, but I promise I will return to see you soon.
Have you ever lost someone you love, only to discover that fate has been keeping the truth from you all along? Today's story will take you on a heart-pounding journey of love, memory, and courage. Tuan, a man whose past was stolen by fate, suddenly recalls the memories of Diem, the woman he loves, and realizes she is in grave danger from his own mother's cruelty. Racing against time, he must find her and protect her at all costs. Don't miss a second of this thrilling tale. Subscribe now and follow Tuan as he fights for love, life, and destiny. Tuan stood motionless by the narrow wooden window of the old countryside house, the late afternoon sunlight falling weakly across his weary face. The golden rays flickered through the dust in the air, painting the room in a fragile stillness, as if time itself had paused to watch him breathe. For months, he had lived like a man without a past, his memories shattered, his identity drifting like smoke. But in that very moment, without warning, something deep inside his mind began to tremble. A soft voice echoed faintly in his heart, gentle yet piercing, awakening emotions he could not explain. Then suddenly, the memories came rushing back like a violent storm breaking through a dam. He saw her face first, Diem's eyes, clear, trembling with warmth and sorrow, locked with his from a distant past that now felt painfully close. He heard her laughter, light and fragile, like glass bells in the wind. He remembered her standing under the rain, soaked yet smiling, waiting only for him. Their hands entwined in crowded streets, secret promises whispered in trembling breaths, the quiet warmth of her head resting against his shoulder on sleepless nights. Every memory struck him with brutal clarity, tearing through the fog that had imprisoned his mind for so long. His chest tightened, his breath grew uneven, and his knees nearly gave way beneath the overwhelming weight of truth. Diem was not a stranger. She was not a shadow from a forgotten dream. She was the woman he loved, desperately, irrevocably. The woman whose name his heart had never truly forgotten, even when his mind betrayed him. A sharp, aching guilt stabbed into his soul as he realized how completely he had vanished from her life without a word, without an explanation. How many nights had she cried alone? How many times had she waited for him in silence, only to be met by emptiness? His hands began to tremble uncontrollably as the final pieces of the truth settled into place. He remembered the night everything collapsed, the chaos, the betrayal, the accident, and then the endless darkness that swallowed his memories whole. What remained was a broken man, rescued by fate, yet stripped of his past. And now fate had returned what it had taken, all at once, without mercy. Tears slid down to Juan's cheeks before he even realized he was crying. They were not the tears of weakness, but of longing, regret, and a love that had survived even death and oblivion. With a hoarse whisper, he called her name into the silent room, as if hoping the sound alone might carry across time and space. Diem. In that single breath, his entire world was reborn and shattered again. The echo of Diem's name still trembled in the air when a sudden chill ran down Tuan's spine, as if an unseen hand had reached into his chest and squeezed his heart without mercy. Along with love and longing, another chain of memories surged forward, dark, merciless, and terrifying. His mother's face emerged from the depths of his mind, not as the gentle figure of his childhood, but as the cold, calculating woman who had ruled his fate with cruelty and control. Her sharp eyes, her voice dripping with false tenderness, her ruthless commands issued without hesitation, they all returned with brutal clarity. And with them came a horrifying realization that struck Tuan like a bolt of lightning. Diem was in danger. The room seemed to shrink around him as panic surged through his veins. He remembered the threats, the traps, the silent orders whispered behind closed doors. He remembered how his mother had once vowed that if Diem ever stood in the way of her plans, she would be destroyed, quietly, completely, without leaving a trace. The thought that Diem might now be trapped in that same web of deceit made his lungs burn, as if he were suffocating. His hands clenched into fists so tightly that his nails bit into his palms, yet he felt nothing but fear. No time remained for doubt, no space for hesitation. Tuan grabbed his worn jacket from the back of a wooden chair and rushed out into the fading light. The cold wind whipped against his face as he ran down the narrow dirt path, his footsteps uneven but relentless. Each breath tore through his chest like fire, yet he did not slow down. Every second that passed without Diem felt like another second stolen from her life. As he ran, fragments of the past collided violently in his mind. The night he had disappeared, the accident that had stolen his memory, the dark hands that had dragged him away from everything he loved. He finally understood the truth he had been blind to before. His disappearance was no accident. It was a carefully crafted nightmare born from obsession and power. And Diem had been left behind to face the consequences alone. Tuan's heart pounded wildly, not only from exhaustion, but from rage and terror intertwined. He swore silently that no matter what stood in his way, his mother's authority, her wealth, her merciless allies, he would tear through them all if that was the price of reaching Diem. The man who had once been broken and lost was gone. In his place rose someone driven by a single, burning purpose. He did not know where Diem was. He did not know what awaited him. But he knew one thing with absolute certainty as he disappeared into the darkening road. He would find her, and this time, he would never disappear again. At the edge of the narrow dirt road, just before the darkness swallowed him whole, Tuan suddenly slowed his steps. A sharp ache tightened his chest as the image of the old man rose vividly in his mind, the frail figure who had pulled him back from the jaws of death, who had given him shelter when he had nothing but a broken body and a hollow soul. Without that man, there would have been no awakening, no memories, no second chance at love. Tuan turned back. Inside the dim wooden house, the flickering oil lamp cast long, trembling shadows across the walls. The old man sat quietly beside the small table, as if he had known all along that this moment would come. His cloudy eyes lifted slowly when Tuan stepped inside, and in that silent exchange, no words were needed to explain what was about to happen. The past had returned. And so, the farewell had arrived. Tuan walked forward and fell to his knees before the old man, the sound of the impact echoing through the still room. His shoulders shook as emotion finally overwhelmed him. "Grandfather, you saved my life when I had none left to cling to," he said in a trembling voice. "I owe you everything. But now I must go. There is someone I love, and she is in danger because of me. His forehead touched the cold wooden floor. A silent vow carved into that bow of gratitude and guilt. For a long moment, the old man said nothing. Then a rough, trembling hand reached out and gently lifted Tuan's chin. "A life saved is not meant to be hidden," the old man replied softly. "It is meant to be returned to the world." He rose slowly, walked to a small chest in the corner of the room, and took out a worn leather pouch. Placing it into Tuan's shaking hands, he continued, "This will not change your destiny, but it may give you strength to walk it." Tears streamed freely down Tuan's face as he clenched the pouch to his chest. He bowed once more, deeper than before, carrying with it all the gratitude his words could never fully express. When he finally stood and turned to leave, the old man's voice called after him through the silence, steady and unwavering. "Go find your love, boy. And this time, do not let fate steal her from you again."
Hello, xin chào tất cả các khán giả của kênh Ly Tu Diem Review. Vậy là trong câu chuyện của chúng ta ngày hôm nay thì Toàn đã nhớ ra Diễm là ai và anh đã quyết định sẽ chào tạm biệt ân nhân của mình và lên đường đi tìm Diễm, bởi vì bây giờ anh rất lo lắng cho cô khi cô đã không còn được ở nông trại và bị mẹ của anh đuổi ra khỏi nông trại. Mọi tình tiết hấp dẫn về câu chuyện tình yêu của Diễm và Toàn sẽ còn được kể các video tiếp theo. Các bạn đừng quên hãy bấm vào nút subscribe để đăng ký kênh, sẽ nhận được thông báo mới nhất về các tập phim sẽ phát sóng hàng ngày trên kênh nha. Thanks for watching. Bye bye and see you.